In fact, the Bucha massacre, on the other hand, has killed hundreds of innocent civilians. That's rocked Ukraine. The world has now condemned Russia for these horrific war crimes and killings. Images of several dead bodies strewn on the streets have surfaced. Several forensic expert teams from across European nations have also arrived to probe these killings. My colleague Abhishek Bhalla, who is currently on ground, brings us that report from that ravaged city. Let's have a look.
Hundreds were buried here in what Ukraine claims was the worst case of war crimes. People brought in by Russian forces, put in those graves and then killed. These are allegations that obviously need to be investigated, and that's the reason why there is a team of experts, not just from Ukraine, who are investigating every bit, but also from other countries, including France, which has sent a team of forensic experts that will be studying all the evidence. Mortal remains from here have been exhumed, and Ukraine wants to make sure they have a watertight case to prove these war crimes. In Bucha, with camera person Lalit Joshi, Abhishek Bhalla for India Today. There are close to 900 bodies that have already been retrieved in the Kyiv region. And there are several mass graves all around. We are at one of those locations where there were mass graves dug, and now those mortal remains have been retrieved, they've been exhumed for future investigations. That we can see this exercise going on behind us, where these mortal remains have been exhumed. These mass graves are a very, very serious matter, and Ukraine wants to make sure that this is investigated so that these war crimes can be proven internationally with all evidence. With camera person Lalit Joshi from Bucha, Abhishek Bhalla for India Today. What is happening here?
Sir, what we see here is that this is a typical example of genocide organized by Putin and his orcs against Ukrainian people. Because you see, what we see here, it's example of treatment to civilians, just grave violation of Geneva Conventions from Russian army towards civil people. Because what they did here, they simply went into the Bucha, they approached all men between 18 or even 16 until 60, 65 years old. They arrested people without any facts. For example, if they think like you are a spy or me I'm a spy, like things like that, they simply arrested people. They put handcuffs or simply block their hands with a scotch, and they put them on the ground and shoot in the head. From that's it. For a couple of days, approximately 300 people were killed here. So no, to be precise, 280 bodies were found just at this little location. These people, they were not killed because they do something, but because simply they had Ukrainian passport.
These mortal remains are being exhumed. What is the purpose?
Yeah. What we see here is, you see, there is a team of international investigation is working. We see guys from prosecutor of Office of the Prosecutor of International Criminal Tribunal. Yesterday we saw a press conference of Chief Prosecutor of ICC responsible for Ukraine, and also General Prosecutor of Ukraine, and Bucha is one of separate cases in the future tribunal, and I'm sure that Putin will be on the bench very soon.